Hello friends, I'm Louie Louie and today I'll talk about Never Mind the Bollocks. Yes, the Sex Pistols album and probably the most important punk music album. Well, in the middle of the 70s, rock and roll was too behaved. Something had to shake its structures. A new band in which the quality of its musicians was less important. By the way, the band members didn't have to be true musicians. Attitude was enough. A lot of attitude, in fact. It was enough to do everything in an absolute different way, different than anything that had been created in music before. And last but not least, throw rock and roll in the gutter. And the Sex Pistols did all of this and much more through the eccentric entrepreneur Malcolm McLaren. A new subculture was formed around his sex clothing store in Kings Road, London, of course, where the people from the underground scene met each other. The most popular t-shirts in the store were those that brought messages like anarchy in the UK or never trust a hippie. And it was at Sex where McLaren convinced the former skinheads Steve Jones, Glenn Matlock, and Paul Cook to form a rock and roll band. However, a singer was still missing. Then Joe Lydon appeared at the clothing store. He was wearing a t-shirt on which was written, "I hate Pink Floyd." And Lydon was ugly, rude, short, and with crooked teeth. Legend says it there he had lots of hemorrhoids and got rid of them by using razor blades. Malcolm McLaren liked him, and in November 1975 the Sex Pistols played their first concert. As a result, a brand new musical and cultural movement was created, a movement in which young people could express their wrath and their anguish even if they didn't know how to play a musical instrument. Brawls are also usual at the concerts of those new bands. And at the end of 1976, the Sex Pistols finally signed a contract with record company EMI. Then the band recorded their first single, Anarchy in the UK, whose lyrics about anarchy and antichrist were very controversial, as well as the heavy sound played by the band. Actually, the sound is so good that many rock critics to this day are not really sure if the members of the band in fact played in the recording sessions. Anyway, the contract signed with EMI did not last so long, just 6 days to be exact. After a fateful appearance on a TV show in December 1976, the contract was broken. On a live TV show, the band used a lot of swear words, which were broadcast for the first time ever by the British television. The tour was also cancelled. 2 months later, bass player Glenn Matlock was fired. Why? According to Malcolm McLaren, Matlock was a huge fan of the Beatles, and Sid Vicious, a Sex Pistols fan, joined the band. He didn't know how to play a musical note, and very close to the Buckingham Palace, the band signed a new contract with A&M Records. That contract lasted only 3 days, and a third contract was signed with Virgin Records. And finally, in May 1977, the Sex Pistols released the single "God Save the Queen," in which they mock the Queen and label her policy as stupid and fascist. And to celebrate the release, on June 15, the band took a boat, sailed on the River Thames until they arrived at the Houses of Parliament, where they played the new song, "God Save the Queen." Everybody was arrested, but it was worth it. The single released in the week of the Silver Jubilee celebration of Queen Elizabeth II. Against Everything and Everybody reached number 2 on the British charts. Of course, the BBC, along with other radio stations and record stores, banned the bands. But even so, the album happened. The punk seeds on which you can hear many punk classics like Anarchy in the UK, Pretty Vacant, Holidays in the Sun, Bodies, among other great songs, had been sown. Nevermind the Bollocks is the only studio album released by the Sex Pistols. The band didn't last long, only one album, but their impact was huge. Punk music would not have been the same without the Sex Pistols, and perhaps it would not have even existed without them. And that's it. I would like to know if you like Sex Pistols, if you like punk music, what's your favorite track recorded by the Sex Pistols. Please leave your comment, subscribe to our channel, please, and see you soon. Bye.